Welcome to Wrestling with Purpose. This is episode 12. We are a dozen episodes in. Not a dirty dozen. It's been a pretty clean dozen, I would say. I am Mitch. I am the dog father. And we got Spider Dan in the house.
What's going on, man? Hey, what's up, dude? How's it going?
Man, I'll tell you what. I love it so much, man. Danny, of course, he's always doing his Twitch, man. He's wearing different masks. He's wearing nipple tassels. He does it all over there at
Crazy.
the VOP Gaming on the Twitch there, don't you, Danny?
Yeah, I can't believe you still bring that up after years. Yes,
I'll
do.
Never forget. It's embedded in my mind. Dude.
It's hilarious. I do a lot of charity stuff. Speaking of charity stuff, great segue. July 10th is the next charity. It's the summer charity event that's happening at twitch.tv/VOP Gaming. But we do this. We raise money every year to help veterans in the community, to help people in the community. It's a hard time for everybody. And in between that is when we help people. But at the end of the year, every year, we do Christmas stuff. So last year we sponsored a children's group home. We sponsored like 14 kids, bought them Christmas gifts. And the year before that, we did a senior living facility with 54 seniors. We got them like a gift bag with like socks and batteries and toothbrushes and just stuff that they like. We got a list of things that they buy all the time, and we just went out and bought them. So I might look goofy with like nipple tassels and masks and dog collars and shot collars and eating gross stuff, but it's all for charity. So
for a good cause. Now you said July 10th is the next one, right?
Correct.
So are you going to be wearing a bikini? As the question.
I can't confirm and or deny. You know, one of the biggest goals we ever put up there is a maid outfit.
You wearing a maid outfit?
Correct. So
French or
we've
American?
Never reached that goal. We'll have to find out. I didn't know there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But yeah, so never been in a bikini on Twitch. But it's all for a good cause. You know, we have fun. I've taken a wax strip to my chest. You know, I'm a hairy man. I'm a hairy gentleman's, and I had a strip of hair missing here, and I was actually bleeding because, well, I ripped the hair out. Like, I didn't know that you have to like shave it down and then wax it. I just was like, yeah, we'll just put it on. And I put it on and I ripped it up, and then I was like, oh, blood.
It's funny you say that. I was just reading something with Steve Carell where, you know, in that movie 40-Year-Old Virgin where he gets waxed.
Yeah.
That was legit too.
Yeah.
Because they legit waxed him. That was not, you know, special effects or anything. I was like, wow,
that's crazy.
I've never been waxed. I don't think.
Hey.
Not that I can remember.
You never know. Maybe the wrasslin.
Are you bikini ready? Are you bikini body ready, man? It's that time. I mean, we're swimming.
I eat healthy.
Feeling good?
I go to the gym. I'm bikini ready. Some people might not be ready to see me in a bikini, but I'm bikini ready, you know?
Yeah. Have you been swimming? What have you been?
I did.
You said it was before we came on. You said you guys have a storm going on out there at OKC. You're the whole
we're in a flood watch.
Whole streets underwater.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually went to the beach last weekend. So yeah, I'm actually like, I don't know if you could tell if the lighting, but like my face is red because I don't tan. I just like pink. So like all of this is just the sun kind of, you know, destroying my ginger lineage.
Now, what's your favorite thing to do at the water? Like, are you a canoe guy? Are you a raft guy? Are you a tube guy? Or do you like to jump off high stuff into the water? Do you just like to lay out? What's your deal? Are you what's your water deal?
Well, I do own a kayak, so kayaking is good, but I mean, I don't really know about like jumping off of high stuff, you know? It's kind of, I feel like if I land wrong, that's it. Like I'm too big to like fall and then like get back up. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So I'm not doing any swantons off of any big rocks or anything like that. So I just I like to like just stoke around, you know, swim some, get in a kayak, and just kind of just chill, you know.
What is going on?
I don't know, dude. I donated
I
plasma
can't even
earlier.
concentrate.
I donated plasma earlier, and I'm in a bit of a weird little mood. You know what I'm saying? So
You got plastered earlier.
nope. Donated plasma. Plasma.
Oh, donated plasma. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, thought you said I got plastered earlier. I don't even know what's going on.
Nope. I don't.
Welcome to Wrestling with
Yeah.
Purpose, ladies and
If
we're
I
not
got
plastered.
plastered, I'd sound like you.
Oh, wow.
You're
No, we're not plastered.
you're wrasslin talk.
Can you believe I'm gonna be 8 years sober in September?
It's crazy. I remember the not sober you. That's how we met each other.
Well, yeah, bouncing at the bar. I remember doing a lot of karaoke back in the day too. But yeah, I still karaoke now, so I'm not scared to get up there and do some karaoke still.
Yeah.
You know, I have fun with that. But what else have you been having fun with, man? Are you clearly you're hyped for the new Spider-Man movie? Have you seen the new Star Wars movie? I heard He-Man just totally bombed.
Yeah,
What's cracking?
I'm excited for the Spider-Man movie. It looks cool. I'm actually playing the Spider-Man games on my Twitch channel. Like we're going through the Spider-Man series, the first one and second one, because the movie's coming out. Hence why I got that mask. Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. But I didn't see He-Man. I'm not a big Star Wars. I didn't see He-Man. It did not.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, I didn't see
Nobody
it.
did. Dude, it was in theaters for 2 weeks and they pulled it out.
Yeah, I'm not a big Star Wars fan. Whatever, you know, live long and prosper or whatever.
That's the wrong one. That's Star Trek. Star Trek is not. I'm not a Star Trek guy, but bro, come on now, man. You can tell me. That's not where it's at right there. Look at that.
Nanu,
See that right there, Danny?
That's all I gotta say.
Star Destroyer right there. See that right there? That's a Star Destroyer right there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Anyways, go where no man has gone before. I get it. Didn't see that. I have seen Obsession in the movie theater twice. It's incredible. Nice. Yeah, I would highly recommend it if people like spooky movies. Just go check it out. I would recommend it. It's like a
horror movie?
Yeah, it's a obsessive girlfriend type thing. I don't know. I don't want to give too much away because like, yeah. So it's good. It reminds me of like old school classic, like 90s crazy girlfriend type thing. Like I don't know how to explain it without giving stuff away, but if you like spooky movies and you want to be like scared, do it.
That's crazy that you went and saw that twice in the theater, because I went and saw the new Star Wars movie twice in the theater. And I just did that because that's what I do with every Star Wars movie. But I'll tell you, this one, man, not much really happened. I don't know. I don't really put it up there as one of the better ones. But yeah, I'm a big Star Wars fan. But yeah, no. Speaking of Spider-Man, though, dude, like Spider-Man, for me, I don't know if we've talked about this, but like for me, I'm a Spider-Man snob. I love the 90s animated. I even liked, what was it, like the 60s or the 80s or something? They had an animated cartoon. I used to watch that.
Yeah.
And I really liked the first one in 2002 with Bonesaw, you know? But then every Spider-Man movie, dude, but to me, dude, every Spider-Man movie since then, I'm disappointed. I don't know. It just doesn't captivate Spider-Man to me. It's just, I don't know. So I'm hoping this one is different, but
I mean, yeah, I could see. Maybe I could see that. Like, it definitely, Spider-Man definitely has. The different version of Spider-Man definitely like encapsulate different parts of him. No one's perfectly done Spider-Man. Like, they've captured a good Peter Parker. They've captured a good Spider-Man, but not both. You know what I mean? Or it's just to like they've made him like realistically as powerful as he is, or they make him like the he doesn't quite know how to use his powers yet type thing, you know. But they haven't done
Yeah,
a
they
good.
screw up the whole thing with people seeing his identity. That's what bothers me, man. Like you're not supposed nobody's supposed to know that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, especially Mary Jane. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, so that's what always bothered me. His enemies, they know, right? Like sometimes they figure it out or
yeah.
whatever, but not every, but nobody else. Like I
Yeah,
don't know.
it depends. Sometimes different universes, different comic books do that, and then something happens and they change it and they recall, like they go back on it and stuff like that. So yes and no, but I don't know. They're good for what they are. I Somebody once told me that when it comes to those type of movies, you have to think about it that it's an alternate universe. So it's not cut and dry, because I used to be that kind of person of like, this isn't exactly like the comic books. They're starting with the story and it's going, and then all of a sudden it just goes one way. And it's like,
Yeah,
then somebody was like, well, just think about it that it's a different universe. And I was like, so
yeah.
once I
I
started
want
doing
to
that,
like it, man. I want to like it. I hope it's good. So I guess it's coming out in a couple weeks. You know, maybe next episode we'll if you're gonna go see it. I know I'm gonna see it. We'll talk about it on the show.
yeah.
Um, but how's your workouts, man? Are you still lifting? Are you doing any cardio? Are you what are you doing?
Yeah. So I changed up my workout routine. Yet again, like I said, I do a lot of stuff, charity stuff. The community that I'm a part of, that we've kind of built together, voted on my next workout routine, and I'm doing the Avatar the Last Airbender workout. So it's a lot more calisthenics. It's a lot more like movement, like instead of doing squats, it's like goblet squats. So like you're doing more reps with less break in between, like quickly, you know what I mean? Like all the exercises are, it's more like movement based over strength based. So I mean, kind of, you know what I mean? Like I'm not, like the Captain America workout was heavy weight and then running, you know, like for the most part. But this is like doing a lot more like movements like that and then lifting weights on top of it, if that makes sense.
How's your stretch game? Are you staying nimble and flexible over there?
As flexible as I can. I've never been a flexible dude. Um, and I try and do what I can. Everybody could always be more flexible. Everybody could stretch more, you know, and I need to incorporate it more into my like routine, you know, like I need to do it like on a daily basis, like wake up, get some water, do a little bit of stretching, like to start the day. You know, I should do that, but I find myself just getting busy with life, you know. I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, oh, I've got to answer these emails. I've got to do X, Y, and Z. I slept through my alarm, or you know, just whatever happens, and then I'm just going, you know. So no.
You want the WWP exclusive on my favorite stretch, Danny? Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I can I guess what it is?
Yeah, please.
Is it the downward dog?
No, no,
Okay.
I am the dog's father. I am the dog's father. But no,
That's
it
why
is
I
not.
said and that's like the only one like I really know. And the whatever this one is.
I'm not gonna demonstrate it because I don't have room. But
Mm,
here's what you do, Danny. All right, first of all, you need a mat, right? You need something to lay, you know, to you know, just you need something with some a yoga mat,
got it.
something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now here's what I do. All right. I sit down. I think it might even be like a happy baby is might be what this is a official term for it. You grab both your big toes. You see that? See them right there? Them fingers and thumbs right there. You grab your big toes and you roll back, right? And you got your legs up there, you got your toes and your fingers there, and you roll back. And I'm telling you, bro, it's popping. You know, talking about something that's popping? That's popping every time. It's
Like,
amazing.
wait, are your are your legs crossed? Are your legs like up in the air?
No, they're up in the air. One, you go left hand on left big toe, right hand on right big toe. You hook them and you roll back.
Like a
That's the
turtle on
deal
its
right there.
back, like a stuck turtle.
Yes. Happy baby, turtle, whatever you want, Ninja Turtle.
I don't know.
Yes. You gotta try it, bro. I'm telling you. And then you kind of roll back, and then you kind of roll to one side, and you kind of roll to the other side right there, and you just hold that deal out. You try to extend your legs. I'm telling you, bro, that is the deal right there.
Hmm. I'll
That
take
has been
your word for
exclusive.
it. I'm not gonna be doing any happy babies or anything like that.
Oh, you're missing out, man.
I probably am, but I feel like if I happy babied myself, I'd probably get stuck, and then it's like I just live there now.
Yeah. Well, you know what I like to do, Danny, after I stretch, after a good
Hmm.
workout and
I know exactly.
stretch,
I know exactly where this is going. The
I love to pull out my Papa Tui.
Propatui.
And I
I knew it. I
I'm
knew it.
It just
Oh
sounds like I like to pull out. I like to pull out my Papa Tui afterwards.
yeah.
And yeah, Danny, I don't know if you've heard about these, but these are ageless action under eye patches.
Oh, it's incredible.
Um, they're fast and hardworking,
Yeah.
and they improve fine lines,
Mm-hmm.
reduce puffiness,
Yeah.
dark circle defense. Now, defense is a big thing. You know what I mean? And defense against dark circles.
Yeah.
And then of course, Danny, you're gonna have sexy eyes in minutes. So you know what time it is. Another exclusive here. We gotta get you some of these, man. I don't know
Yeah.
if they're getting lost in the mail or what's going on over there.
Yeah. They might. That's probably what's going on. I don't think I. They must have just got lost in transition. But
Yeah, I
big
mean,
big shout outs to Propatui that it
shout out.
definitely defeats the dark circles under
In
your
minutes.
eyes in minutes, in 10
Minute.
minutes from now. In 10 minutes, those dark circles are gonna get the smacketh lateth down upon them.
I barely even have any now because I use my Papa Tui, and
God.
you just don't even see them. But
Man, I don't know. Just maybe use them twice a day, tag team those dark circles, you know what I mean?
well, I do know this. Dwayne the Rock Johnson, of course, the greatest of all time. When's he coming back, man? That's how we got to start this whole wrestling deal here. When is the Rock coming back?
I hopefully never. I don't care. We talk about all the time. Speaking of the greatest of all time, when is Stone Cold gonna do something? When is he gonna come back and give a couple hell yeahs, a couple stunners, couple what, and then chug a couple beers and then stomp that mud hole dry and leave.
It's crazy too because we just passed the 30-year anniversary of the Austin 316 promo,
Incredible.
and yeah, I feel like on 316 they were in Texas or something, and he didn't show up
Nothing.
for that. He didn't show up for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean those are the two, right? It's always going to come back to those two because they were just so impactful, especially with our generation. It's like we want to see them at least once a year. Show
Doing
up, do a
something.
segment,
You
talk to somebody.
you know what it is we talk about this all the time. TKO is not good for WWE. They're good for making their profit. They're not good for the wrestling fan. I bet you Stone Cold would have done something, but they were like, we don't want to give you that much money. I'm pretty sure TKO sells out to the highest bidder. Like that's what it is. It's ran by people who aren't wrestling fans. They're just see dollar signs, and it kind of is hurting potential in wrestling, period. And they don't care because stock prices are up. As a wrestling fan, it sucks. As an owner of some stocks in TKO, we're doing great. We're doing great. I've made hundreds of dollars. Like when I bought shares in WWE, I think they were like $40 a share. I think there's something like that. They're currently I looked a couple days ago and they were like like $235 a share. So I've made like $200 a share. Like incredible in that aspect. They're good at making money, but for the wrestling fan to enjoy, sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck,
before
but
we get,
you know what I mean.
Well, before we get into the WWE talk, we got a lot going on in the wrestling world.
Wrestling.
Especially this coming weekend as we record this. I mean, you got AEW, TNA, NXT, and the WWE event, I believe, all this weekend. It's crazy. And I'm also wrestling this weekend. Looking forward to that. But I want to talk about TNA, man. I was just there a couple weeks ago. I got to do some extra work for him. Got to see how kind of everything kind of goes behind, runs behind the scenes there. And I remember when I walked in the building on day 2, the first person I saw was Tommy Dreamer. He was right there. He's like, "Hey, you very, very nice, very polite. Introduce, how you doing, all that." And we weren't really supposed to interact with a lot of the talent. You know what I mean? They were just like, no, you got to kind of stay out of the way, do this and that. But there was a select few talent that came up to us, the extras, and, introduced themselves and all that and small talk or whatever. And then as a lot of people saw, we were able to do this big special entrance for the team, The Righteous, and come out with them and do, this whole kind of cult kind of gimmick. And Tommy Dreamer produced that whole thing too. He was the one kind of just putting us all, where we needed to be. And it was funny. He's like, if you don't have rhythm, go to the back of the line. And I was like, that's why I was in the front. You know what I mean? Because I got all the rhythm.
I've seen you dance. I don't know about that.
Oh yeah. Man, how blessed were you for that? You got to see that. But no, man, it's just been crazy because, like I said, TNA's got a big event this weekend, Slammiversary, and of course they just let some people go, including Tommy Dreamer. And it's been the talk of the wrestling world this week, man. People coming out saying stuff about Tommy. Now Bubba Ray Dudley's getting the heat. Everyone's just going after these guys. Not everyone, just like this weird select few, man. It's this weird cancel culture like thing, Twitter thing, and it's like I just don't really look into it too much. I like to read some of it, but it's like these guys been around for 30. These guys have been around for 30 something years, man. Like,
absolutely.
What are your thoughts on all this, the Tommy Dreamer situation, and everything along with it?
I love me some Tommy Dreamer. He's always been himself, but always stayed active in the wrestling industry, one way, shape, or form. From wrestling, producing his own House of Hardcore, like he's always done something to stay in it. You know what I mean? And it's incredible. A lot of people can't do that for as long as he has. So big shout outs to him. Tommy, I doubt you're watching, but if you ever want to come on, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I hate cancel culture. I do. It's people trying to basically internet bully people. You know what I mean? Because they can't do it in real life. And it's very sad. And a lot of times it's because somebody got their feelings hurt and it's not even true. They're just like, how can I twist or manipulate or do something to hurt somebody? And it's the reason I stay off a lot of social media, is because it's just there's so much negativity because people try to live a fake life, get exposed, and then the people that expose them for being fake, instantly they turn victim and they're like, this person, and then they just try and witch hunt. And it's just, I don't know. So it's very tragic, like somebody like Tommy Dreamer. I've never heard bad things about him. He always helps people. I've heard things where he went, like you just said, but people are like, yeah, he used to help. He used to give, help giving tips. He gave advice and how I could, work better, how I could do X, Y, and Z different and improve. And people have learned a lot from him. I've never heard bad things about him. So
yeah,
sucks. Yeah, no. That sucks, man. But
Yeah, and the question is who's going to replace him, right? Like you hear a lot of rumors about Road Dogg. I don't know who else would be qualified for the job, man. There's just not a lot of guys that have been in that position where
Yeah.
they're the main booker of creative and what's going on the show.
I mean,
Especially at that level. You know what
yeah.
I mean? There's like WWE's kind of picked up all these agents. They've got all these guys involved in their creative process, and there's really not a lot of guys out there that are available or want to do it. Like a Jim Cornette, like that guy. I mean, he's got a lot of old school values, but I mean,
Yeah.
he don't want to do nothing in wrestling anymore. He just wants to chill. So AEW's got a lot of guys in their process and their
Mhm.
agents and their creative. So there's
I
really not a
mean,
lot of people out there that could do that job. So, I mean,
hit me
everyone
up.
thinks they can
Hey, you know what? Worst
until
case scenario is it doesn't do well, and then what do you do? What'd you lose? You didn't have anybody in that position, anyways. You know what I'm saying? Or he could hit it out the park. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of times these people who are in these positions, like a lot, these are old school guys. Sometimes you got to change with the times. You know what I mean? Some stuff that like I'll give it to like Triple H has changed the way WWE is because Vince McMahon, that shit was getting stale for a while. Like running the same type of stuff he did in the 2000s, in the late 90s, and I've seen this storyline before more than once, and it's like sometimes you need a little fresh ideas. Sometimes you got to have the people who are trying to fan service. And I feel like a lot of older wrestlers have that mentality of like you tell the people what they like instead of just giving the fans what they want. Sometimes, like sometimes when you placate to the audience, they it's some of the best moments in wrestling history. I'm not saying all the time the fans get what they want, but it's better than not giving them what they want ever. You know what I'm saying?
You know who I think would there's a couple guys I think would be interesting, it would be interesting if they were in that kind of position. Like a top independent guy that maybe is wrapping it up, like a Homicide. He's been around a lot of the new generation. He's done a lot of cool things. I think he's done in the ring. I think what doesn't work is having somebody that's on the show booking the entire show. I don't think that's ever really worked.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't think so either.
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not the biggest Jeff Jarrett fan in the world, but I appreciate what he did as the top heel in TNA when he was booking the show. I mean, but people were not. I mean, it was there was some rough points, but I don't
Yeah.
know. It's gonna be cool to see what happens. Do you follow the TNA product, like,
I try.
or do
I
you just kind of?
actually, I actually talked about this the other day. It's so hard. There's not enough time in the day to not be busy to follow everything. I try to watch Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, um, uh, whatever the other Collision, New Japan, Triple A. Like, there's just not enough time in the day to be able to like catch it. So I try to do NXT. I haven't watched NXT in 6 months, maybe. It's just so much that like there's so much wrestling to consume that like I don't have enough time in the day. Like, so I try to catch it here and there, and then it's like I'll miss it, and then it's like it'll be like a month, and I'm like trying to play catch up, trying to, so I haven't seen anything in TNA and I don't know, maybe a couple weeks. So I just kind of, I just haven't caught up on it. But what I have caught up on is that timer for those Propatui eye under eye stuff. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
now
oh yeah.
the time for you to unveil the your under eyes. Let's see.
It's the big reveal, Danny. This is the big reveal right here. This is a big deal. It's a reveal. Hopefully you don't squeal when you see that. Now, how does that make you feel? Mm.
Mm, that makes me feel things for sure. I don't know if I
That's some good rhyme in there, huh? I mean, I'm a heck of a rhymester.
That's right. You have a incredible vocabulary.
A knack. I have a knack for it.
You have
Danny, a knack.
you have a great vernacular.
Yes. Yes. Some would say I'm a snack, actually.
Yeah, you've got a big diction. So, you know what I mean?
So, TNA wrestling.
What a segue, dude.
Do you feel like Santana's going to the WWE?
I don't know. I hope not, because look how many people WWE just scoops up and then throws them to the side. You know what I mean? Like Zack Ryder or why am I blanking on his name? Matt Cardona was literally the hottest thing on the indies, the biggest guy on the indies. And what did they do? They brought him into WWE and he's done nothing. He's done a couple backstage things and that's it. You know what I mean? WWE has a tendency to pick people up. You can name, I could probably name off the top of my head 10, 12 guys that they just swooped up, females, wrestlers that they swooped up and they did nothing with, and then they let him go. So it's like, I hope not, because he's at least doing stuff, you know? They'll use him for a couple weeks and then set him to the side, you know?
Well, I like what they've done with Joe Hendry, of course, former TNA World Champion, Mike Santana, the current TNA World Champion. He's got something about him, man. Especially like seeing him in person and how he kind of is. He's definitely got a he's got star written all over him.
Yeah.
You know, and they, you know, if nothing else, they could throw him in AAA. It'd be a big deal there. But I don't know. I don't know if he's going to go or not. Do you think he loses the title to Nick Nemeth on this weekend as we record this?
I don't know. I've always been a Nick Nemeth. I've always been a fan. Ever, you know? So I'd like to see him with it, but I don't think, I don't know. It's a toss up. Sometimes you see, like, you have a match where you're like, it could go either way. Like sometimes it's cut and dry. You're like, oh, is this guy gonna win? No, he's not gonna beat him. Like anybody who wrestles Roman Reigns for like the next year and a half, they're just gonna lose. You know what I mean? Like it's just instant thing that you already know is gonna happen. You know what I mean? But it's like when it comes down to it's a close match, like that, it's always kind of like, I don't know, it could go either way and people necessarily won't riot. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those one matches that it's kind of hard to tell, you know, like when
I feel like if he loses this weekend, he's probably going to WWE. I also wonder, you know, they're probably, this is like opportunity for them to bring somebody in, you know, I feel like they've been, something was mentioned about that. Maybe it was just a rumor or whatever, but the former WWE guy is definitely going to be there. You know, of all those guys they let go, I don't think it's been 90 days since all those releases. So I don't know who who the big surprise is going to be. But TNA seems to always like to have a big surprise at an event like this, a Slammiversary or a Bound for Glory. They're bringing back the Ultimate X match, and then they got the ladder match for the tag titles. I see the Righteous probably winning the tag titles. You know, they got the Mitch rub, so they're on the descent. You know what I mean? They beat the Hardys in that Wicked Garden match, and now I feel like the tag titles are probably coming their way. And as far as the X Division Ultimate X match, Amazing Red coming back. Are you an Amazing Red guy? I mean, you're red and you're amazing. So
well, that's fair. That's, you know, gimmick infringement. You know, but it's fine. Whatever. You just pay me royalties. But not a huge fan. I'm not against Amazing Red. Like back in the day, did a lot of incredible things, you know, but never to me stood out. Like Do you know what I mean? Like there were so many great people at that time when he was in TNA, especially during the X Division time, you know. So I'm not disappointed, but I'm not as like not excited. You know what I mean? It's cool to see.
Yeah.
He still could go, but at the same time, like, you know, I'm not super. I'm indifferent about it.
Yeah, very innovative. Does some amazing moves.
Mm-hmm.
Never had really a body. Never could really talk. But I'll tell you what, I'd love to see him come back and take that X title. That Leon Slater guy too is very interesting. Rumors
Yeah.
of him possibly going to the WWE as well. But yeah, I like TNA. I used to love it back in the day.
Yeah.
Just absolutely love it. So I try to keep up on it as best I can. And we'll see what happens on Slammiversary, man. I hope it's a good show. I hope there's some good surprises, and it's gonna be cool to see. I don't know if I'll order it, but I'll definitely be keeping an eye on it.
Yeah,
And
for
then we
sure.
also have AEW this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
What's all I know is there's a big cage match. I haven't really been keeping up on AEW. What's been going on over there?
Yeah. There is. Oh, man, I wish I would have looked this up. Memory's not my strong suit. Yeah. It. They do have quite a few matches going on. They've got the Owen Hart tournament finals, I think.
Right.
Um,
Pretty
they've got
obvious Osprey's winning, right? I mean,
yeah,
pretty
it's
obvious it's
home.
Osprey's winning and probably winning the title at All In.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like MJF they already did that quick like loss. You know what I mean? To Darby Allin. He won the title and was like, "Oh, Darby's not beating him." And then it was like boom. And then he had it for a little while and then he got it back, but I don't think Osprey they'll just, I don't know, home court like they maybe,
It's like 2 months away, so they have time to give MJF a nice little run, and then the
yeah.
thing about Osprey, man, is that dude going to be able to stay healthy? I mean, with his style, he just had his neck fused. I mean,
He seems to be in like incredible shape, like so who knows? A lot of times like look at how many people have come back from injuries and then just been rock solid, you never know sometimes. So
he came back quick from that neck fusion.
yeah, I mean that's why I'm saying like
That didn't work
sometimes it's
out for
just
Kurt Angle.
what's
Kurt
up.
Angle came back too.
Oh
That didn't
yeah,
work out good for Kurt Angle, and he came back too quick from them neck surgeries, man. I see you're playing Russian roulette.
yeah, absolutely. um but I mean only he knows, you know what I mean? Like it's only he's the only one who knows how actually good it is. And I mean, hopefully um hopefully it's fine, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think it's a shoe in to me that as long as he stays healthy, he's winning it all. It'll be a great moment in his home country at Wembley. That's definitely a good route to go.
Yeah.
Of course, Edge and Christian, I gotta feel like they're getting close to wrapping it up,
Yeah,
man.
I do too.
I think this tag title reign is going to be it for him. I mean, I think they'll hold those titles for a while.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like they're going to do what Sting did and let the Young Bucks have their last match. I think they're going to build to that.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. I kind of see them maybe retire with the titles and just be like, look, we went out on top, like I could see that happening. And they're just kind of like, because Christian's hurt, like,
Is
and
he?
yeah, he has a hairline fracture in his left arm. He's been wearing a cast the entire time. They won the titles with the cast on.
Wow.
Yeah, if one of those like sports ones where it like you can put it on, take it on and put it off, you know what I mean? Like the brace ones. But if they did that, whatever. It's Edge and Christian. They can go out however they want to. They want to go out on like
Yeah.
with the title. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like they during the big tag team era, they were my favorite tag team. So with them, the Hardys, the Dudleys, APA, all those guys back in the day, the New Age Outlaws, you know, like Edge and Christian were always my favorite, and Christian has always been my favorite out of Edge and Christian.
It'd be so awesome if we could somehow get Edge and Christian and the Hardys to do something before they called it a career.
I mean, what if that's the way they went out? You know what I mean? One time, Tony Khan is very like, we can make this happen. He's the kind of guy. He's the kind of guy who will bring somebody on for one time just to like do it for the fans because he's a fan himself.
Those are the one titles the Hardys have never won too.
Yeah,
they had that AEW run, but they never got those tag titles.
Yeah,
so that would be epic if they could pull that off.
If that was their last match. I would say
just like the Dudleys.
Yeah, I would say it would be great to see all three of them again have a match, but the Hardys put the Dudleys out. So
yeah,
I watched that. That was, to me, that was like a part of my childhood. So like watching that match again as an adult, and then when it was emotional at the end, it really choked me up, you know?
Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool moment. Yeah, MJF and Mark Briscoe, I think, is the big cage match they're doing this weekend.
Yeah.
What's Jericho doing this weekend? Do you know?
I actually pulled up the stuff going on. So we've got that tag team match. The Young Bucks are wrestling too. They're in a 3-way match with El Sky team and Unbound Company. I don't know who that is. But
so when's because so we got
the 28th.
This is all this weekend, right? Because we got there's Forbidden Door and Slammiversary on Sunday, and then Night of Champions on Saturday, and then also the Great American Bash on Sunday too, right?
Correct.
That's wild. That's gonna be the first time there's been WWE, NXT, TNA, and AEW all in the same weekend.
It'll be interesting to see what the numbers are for everything. You know.
So what else is happening for AEW?
So we've got Jon Moxley versus Bandito in for the Continental Championship, which should be good. I feel like Jon Moxley is going to win, but I feel like a lot of people sleep on Bandito. He's very he's strong and can lucha. So
So they have the Continental, International, TNT, and the heavyweight title, right? 4 singles titles.
Yeah.
Okay. That's hard to keep track of, man. That's a lot of singles titles.
Yeah.
That's just for the men.
Yeah. So they have that match going on. They've got Mercedes Moné is in the finals versus Maya World for the Owen Hart women's side of the finals.
Gotta believe Monet's probably winning and getting the title back.
I don't know. Maya, I didn't think she was going to be in the finals. Her brother died like the day before she wrestled or something like that, and I feel like they might push that because I feel like Mercedes has lost so much traction that like when she was Mercedes fucking 11 belt or whatever, however many belts she had, you know, she was like everywhere, and then she just started losing all of them, and now it's kind of like she disappeared, and when she came back, people were like, yay. Like it wasn't a big pop like it used to be, like when she was wrestling Toni Storm, you know. So
yeah. I think she's probably heading back to the WWE soon. You know,
I've never been a big fan of her or when she, when she was in WWE. Wasn't my cup of tea. She's okay. Like, you could tell a lot of this. My brother and I talk about this all the time, that a lot of her like mic skills and stuff like that was being coached by WWE, because as soon as she stopped getting WWE writers and stuff like that, she's not good on the mic. Like in AEW, just not that good. She's a decent wrestler, but never been my cup of tea. Let's see.
What else we got?
Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. That is going to be incredible. You've got two of the best wrestlers on the planet going at it for pride. Like, to me, those type of matches, like Daniel Bryan and Zack Sabre Jr., when they wrestled just to see who was the best wrestler on the planet, incredible. So
they're going at it for Pride Month, you said?
Incredible. But so they're no, that's not what I said at all. But you want to talk about people getting canceled? But no, anyways, that's not what I said. For the Pride, no, that not at all. It's nothing. Okay. Nowhere close to that. But the fact that they're wrestling to see who's just the better wrestler, like that, there makes, to me, best matches.
We know you'll love that one.
I absolutely, and so do so many other people. So, we've got for the men's final for the Owen Hart, we've got Will Ospreay and Swerve.
Yeah. Like I said, Ospreay going all the way for sure.
Yeah, Swerve kind of this gimmick he's doing is kind of old. Like, they changed his music, but he's still doing the same stuff. He was trying to be that guy when he was like fighting Hangman. So
his music was so over, man. Why would they change his music?
Because he's trying to be like a heel. So
all right. And then the big cage match, right? What else they got on there?
Yeah, we got Team Briscoe versus Team MJF, I guess. So Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, Roddy Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Takeshita, and Darby Allin. And then you've got MJF, Kevin Knight, Kyle Fletcher, Jake Doyle, Kazuchika Okada, and Andrade. So
yeah, they're just buying time for MJF these next 2 months. They'll do the cage, they'll do the singles match with him and Mark Briscoe, and then we'll get to Ospreay. Yeah. I know Jericho is doing something with Ciampa.
Yeah, they're not on the card, so I don't know why he's not. They don't even have
some stuff. They don't have Ricochet on the card.
They don't have Ricochet hasn't done anything in a hot minute. Ever since he stopped doing stuff with Jericho.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Yeah,
it should be interesting.
Yeah, they've got a couple other things here and there, but these are like definitely like pre-show style matches. You've got for the IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion, you've got Pac versus Shoto Umino. Probably butchered that.
They a lot of New Japan guys on this show for sure. That's the gimmick. That's the gimmick of the show.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So I mean, and then you've got the AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. You've got the Divine Dominion and Thunder Rosa and Olympia. I don't know who that is. I'm not sure. I know who
Thunder Rosa is, and that's about it.
Yeah. So.
Well, let's get into the good stuff, man. Let's talk about the good. Are
Kenny
we done
Omega.
There?
Kenny Omega, Zack Sabre Jr. Is that the good stuff you want to talk about?
Well, you enjoy that.
Absolutely.
And again, happy Pride Month, and I hope that's incredible. A good time for you.
Oh boy.
Well, let's get into some double. I love double E.
Yes.
Remember that?
No, I don't.
Remember that whole thing? There was a Russian guy. I think it might have been Vladimir Kozlov.
Hmm.
He was sitting at ringside, and they come up to him and they're like, what are you here for, sir?" And he was like, "I love double E." Oh. You don't
Oh
remember that?
boy.
That was crazy.
I don't necessarily remember that.
Well, I love some double E. No matter whatever's going on, man, you gotta. They're the top dogs. You know what I mean? They're not the dog father like me here, but they are the top dogs. It's King of the Ring time. We got SummerSlam coming up next. I wanted to talk about the build up to this Night of Champions and this
Sure.
this whole thing, and then I wanted to end the show talking about who's the greatest King of the Ring.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that. That's a little teaser for y'all. We're going to talk
It's a
about who
teaser
we
for
think is the
me
greatest.
too.
Yeah,
I gotta think about it now.
I don't know. But who do you think is going to win King of the Ring this year? I mean, Oba and Jey Uso in the finals.
Correct.
What? First of all,
It's
last
first match
show
of the
when we
night.
were talking about this, we didn't even talk about Brock Lesnar coming back.
Yeah. So I don't honestly, I feel like it's too predictable if Brock Lesnar comes back. I think Oba's gonna win. I initially I was like, he's probably gonna come out, screw over Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's probably gonna come out, screw over Oba, and Jay's gonna win. But then I'm like, that's just too predictable. You know what I mean? Like that, everybody sees that coming, you know? So it's kind of hard to do it, because if I feel like if Jay wins, he will win the title. And then Bloodline will just be everything, and it's good for a while, but like you're just turning the Bloodline into NWO. And it's like, that's good for business for a very short period of time, And I don't know if Brock's gonna come in. I actually feel like for the rubber match, if Oba actually wins and he beats Cody for the title, because like I said, nobody's beating Roman Reigns for the next year and some change. Easy year and some change. And but I feel like if he beats Cody for the rubber match between Oba and Brock, will be a heavyweight, will be for the title. And Oba goes over as, the ruler, the champion, the king of kings or whatever. I don't know. That's a cool gimmick. He should probably, use that. Feel like that could be successful,
The ruler. The ruler of rulers.
The ruler of rulers. That's right. The foot by foot. But that's kind of how I feel. Like I just feel like it's too predictable for Brock to just, like everybody would expect it. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it wouldn't, that shock value goes away. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Brock Lesnar's here. But like everybody is like, yeah, Brock Lesnar's here. It's still cool to see him, but it doesn't doesn't do anything.
Well, we talked about running creative earlier, Tommy Dreamer and all that, and who's going to run creative for TNA. Running creative for WWE, you got to believe they're booking backwards from Arabia Mania, right? From Saudi Arabia Mania, Arabia Mania.
Yeah.
So you got to okay, so they're like, okay, so here's our main events for WrestleMania. Let's book backwards till SummerSlam. So that's the question is what are they doing there? But you have centerpieces, right? You have the Roman Reigns, you have the Cody Rhodes, you have the CM Punks, and now Oba's really stepping up into being that top piece.
Yeah.
For the WWE. Although I will say this, I think he's been getting a little exposed with too much talking lately. I don't like how he's just, I don't know. He's got this presence. He's got this great entrance. He's everything. And I don't know what they're doing with him. I can't, the predictable thing is, like you said, Lesnar interferes. You go Lesnar Oba at SummerSlam. You go Jay and Cody. And then who does that leave for Roman? Oh, I guess Seth or Punk, right? would be
Yeah.
where I'd say you go there. Okay, so then let's go a different way. Let's say Oba wins. I don't agree with you. I think Roman's losing the title at SummerSlam.
I
Um,
I don't know, because Oba and Cody have history, you know? Who's beat Oba on the main roster?
just Brock.
And Cody beat him.
No, it was a double DQ back in December.
I thought he didn't he beat him in December?
No, it was somebody came out, Drew McIntyre or somebody came out and interfered. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
no, it was a DQ.
but I
Yeah, it was
mean,
like a
okay, but still, at the same time, Cody, I don't know. Yet again, Cody could talk trash and be like, oh, like you talk down about this title, but you can't even beat me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that his pride could overshoot that. You know what I mean? But yet again, I don't see Roman losing, because they did this whole thing where they're getting the bloodline back together at SummerSlam. I feel like because Jacob's doing all this stuff with Solo, I actually think it'll be MFT's versus, the bloodline, and they'll actually have like whatever, they'll face each other, and then it's for basically like whoever wins, the other side follows them, so they unify one way or another.
there's so much going on. There's so much you could do. I keep thinking about CM Punk and where he fits in, because when he left, he did a promo with Cody. That was the last time we saw him.
Yeah.
Of course, he lost to Roman, never got his rematch with Roman. And then he had the promo with Cody, and then we haven't seen him in over 2 months.
Yeah.
So does Punk come back for Cody, or does Punk come back for Roman?
I don't know,
Or
because
something else?
I'm not sure, because I think Punk's taking a few months off. He's just taking a vacation. He's just, he's a little older. He needs a little time to just relax. You know what I mean? So
Well, he's not going to miss SummerSlam. He's on the advertisement for it.
yeah, but I don't think he necessarily comes back in that aspect. He could come back, cut a promo, and then somebody could interrupt him. There's plenty of people who, I mean, I don't think he'll do a program with Seth, but like literally he could be like challenge Roman, and Seth's like, you got to get in line. Like there's so many things that people could just do to, like, you know what I mean? Anybody could come out and be like, oh, Braun Breaker could come out and be like, no, get in line. Anybody could come out and be like, and use that as a type of like, and then they could have a match, So I don't necessarily think he's just going to jump right back into it. I think he'll come back and do it, and then someone will be like, listen here, old man, Drew McIntyre could come back and be like, I want my rematch. And then Drew comes out and is like, just kicks him. And it's like, hey, did you miss me? You know what I mean? Like, who knows? As far as it comes to that.
I think Cody's the next guy for Punk. Punk's been in there with everybody now. He's been back for 2-3 years. He's wrestled. He's had all these big matches with a lot of the guys. The match that's eluded him is the match with Cody.
Sure.
But do they do okay? So say Brock. Okay, we got to go into like the different things that could happen with this final. So Oba wins. You think it's Oba Cody. I think it would be Oba Roman, and then you have Brock maybe come out there. Or Jay wins. You go Jay Cody, or do you go Jay Roman?
I don't think
We've seen that.
I don't think you go Jay Roman. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, he's all about
We've
Roman.
seen it.
Yeah. He's all about it right now, about being in the bloodline, having the bloodline get all the titles. That's in my mind where it's going. It doesn't make sense for Jay to double cross and go for Roman. That makes no sense to me at all. It doesn't, unless they're planning on taking over and kicking Roman out. And it's the Usos and Jacob. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But they did that with Solo. And I don't know. I don't see that happening. So it's only Cody, in my opinion, that Jay would would face.
So then, so say Jay, so say the predictable thing happens, right? Lesnar costs Oba the match.
Yeah.
Jay wins. Jay, Cody, Lesnar, Oba. So who does Roman wrestle?
I don't know. Like, that's what I said. I genuinely think the direction they're going is unifying the MFTs and the bloodline. Like, because Solo's interfering in all of that business. Jacob went to talk to him, and it's kind of fallen apart. Like on Raw, he came out and interfered in Jimmy's match with against LA Knight. So I feel like the only route that this goes is they face each other. So, and I might even think Oba wins because they interfere with Jay in that match. I think that might be happen. I think that might happen and kind of solidify and become that thing,
I just hate the idea of Oba taking another pin. Like, I love Brock. I'm the biggest Brock Lesnar fan you'll ever meet. But I didn't like him coming back and doing that with Oba. Like, I didn't think he needed to come back and beat Oba like that unless, like you said, you go to SummerSlam, you do the third one, and that's it for Brock. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't see.
Before Cody,
I don't see it.
Yeah. Well, before Cody, Cody's got the triple threat with Gunther and Sammy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that's. I think Cody wins.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going with Gunther at this point.
Yeah. Well,
we were talking about how maybe he would come back and do Lesnar at SummerSlam. It doesn't look like they're going that way. I don't know, man. It's weird because you got all this talent and all these possibilities, and I like that it's not predictable, but it's tough to see what they're gonna, what's gonna happen with Sammy and Gunther and who's Punk coming back for. That's what I'm really invested in is who's Punk wrestling.
At this point, I don't care because there's people actively on the roster. When he comes back, we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. But at this point, I don't care. I want to. It's like there's more people to talk about that are actively doing things. Like I think in the match with Cody pins Sammy. I think that's how the match ends. Which is sad. It's kind of sad for Sammy because dude hasn't got a break since in a singles heavyweight scene. He's won the United States Championship, but he just can't get the big one done. But I feel like that's the only way it happens. I don't see him beating Gunther. I don't see him pinning Gunther, and Gunther's not going to win. Sammy's not going to win, so.
Well, who's next for Gunther?
I don't know. I don't know. Penta?
Yeah.
They want to put him in a title picture, but I don't know.
Yeah, and I feel like Trick is on the verge of a big babyface run. I don't know what's going on there. That's a possibility for somebody, but
yeah.
And then you got your boy Dominic. I could see Punk coming back for Dominic, and that'd be a good little angle that they haven't really done.
Yeah, I think Dom is gonna have a thing with Chad Gable. I think that's what's gonna happen. And then I think Chad is going to reunite with Alpha Academy because he's gonna get jumped by with Dom and the Judgment Day, and so I think they're gonna get back together. Maxine Dupree is gonna I feel like she's just gonna become the valet for the Vision. I don't know what's going on with her and Austin, but Theory, they call him Theory. But something's going on with them. I don't know what it is. Maybe they're cousins and they're just chit-chatting about old Granny's tater salad or something. I don't know what's going on with them, but I don't
Love me some
think.
tater salad, by the way.
Yo, yeah, that's right. Big shout outs to Ron Tater Salad White. Big shout outs. You want to come on this
I was
podcast too?
thinking actual potato salad though, like
Oh,
you know what I mean, spicy, little zest.
yep.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I haven't had potatoes in I don't know. I don't know how long. So, but yeah, I feel like Chad Gable is going to do a thing. Chad Gable might even win the AAA Mega Champion. He might even win that. So, I don't know. I don't think Punk comes back for him.
I'd like to see Javon Evans do something big at SummerSlam too.
Yeah, they keep teasing it. He's won big matches that are in there with like veterans, and you're like, he won, like, but yeah, I'd like to see him do something, for sure. I don't know what, but
yeah. Well, the IC title seems like that would be the next good thing for him, but with Penta as the champ, I don't,
yeah,
that's two baby faces. I don't see that going down.
Well, I could see, I don't know, Penta. So with Penta doing open challenges, it doesn't matter babyface heel. It doesn't matter, in my opinion. When you have an open challenge, it could be like best man win. I'm out here to make myself better. It doesn't have to be like, good guy, bad guy thing. But I feel like they're gonna do stuff with him, Rusev, and Ethan Page. I think Ethan Page, if anybody beats Penta, it's gonna be Ethan Page. I genuinely think that is going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough to determine. Is he really getting over, man? Like, are people really caring about him? Because
they boo him. They've been booing him since he came to WWE. Which is better than any reaction's better than no reaction. So they boo him. They don't like him. So he's doing his job well.
And then what's going on? Rhea's hurt, isn't she? Is she? What are the women doing this weekend?
So we've got the Queen of the Ring finals, Io Sky and Liv Morgan. Which I feel like Liv Morgan's gonna win. I definitely feel like she's the hot.
But she's the champion. So she's gonna wrestle the SmackDown Women's Champion then, right?
Yeah.
That was a whole weird thing for me. It's like the winner of the King of the Ring gets a shot at the world title of their choice, and then she's the world champion entering the thing. I was like, okay,
yeah.
I don't think she's winning. I think Io wins and then challenges her at SummerSlam.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton will go, because the other side of that is Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. I don't think Jade is going to beat Tiffany.
That's for the U.S. title though, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Sorry, that's for the U.S. title.
Because Rhea's the champion. I think Rhea's hurt though.
Yeah. So I think she. I think they're gonna have. I could see her holding both titles. They literally have, done it before. Yeah. They're on both brands all the time, anyways. And they've pushed her so much. She's probably, since she came back, she's probably won more matches than anybody on the roster.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if Rhea's hurt. I don't know what they're going to do there. If they'll vacate the title or whatever. So we'll see what happens there. Jade and Tiffany for the U.S. I feel like they wrestled they were wrestling for the main women's title just a few months ago.
Yeah, when Jade was the champ. Yeah.
Jade beat Tiffany for the title.
Yeah, I don't see.
Maybe she'll do it again.
I don't know. I feel like Tiffany had a huge push and then just, kind of fell apart.
What do you think main events? What main events at this? I'll be honest. So I'm wrestling on Saturday. in the Bay Area. I'm probably not even going to watch this show.
Yeah.
It's on at like 10 in the morning. I'll be hitting the road shortly after that.
Yeah.
I'm really not that interested. I'm not. I'm really not that interested in this show. To be honest, I'm really not interested in any of these events going on this weekend that much. Like I'm kind of interested. I want to see what happens, but I'm like not like, oh, this is. I have to go out of my way to watch any of
Yeah.
this. But that being said, what do you think's going to main event Night of Champions?
Well, we still got Trick Daddy versus Ricky Saints for the United States Championship. Trick Williams is going to win. He is the hottest thing in WWE right now. I don't think anybody's bigger than him. It doesn't matter. Not even Oba, I feel like, gets a better reaction than, if anybody gets a bigger reaction, it's Roman Reigns. But everybody whoop that Trick. As soon as it comes on, the place goes nuts. So I don't see Trick losing. You know what? No. CM Punk could even come back and have a match against Trick. Trick is the best in the world. You know what I mean? With his lemon pepper steppers.
What if Punk answered Penta's open challenge?
That would be good too. You know? But yeah. And then,
I just don't see Punk going down to the mid card though. I see him coming back for Cody or Roman.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's enough space right there right now. I feel like there's too many main event guys fighting for all the positions. And it's like you only have a certain amount of spots, you know? And I don't necessarily think Punk, as long as he's doing something, I don't think he is, I don't know. Punk's got an ego, so he might only do main event stuff, you know? I don't know.
Well, you just gotta look all the way forward to Arabia Mania, and you gotta just like, what are they building towards? Are they building towards Roman and Fatu? Are they gonna build for Cody and Punk till then?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, my idea of on this podcast, I said I want Rock Roman and I want Austin Punk, and that's what I want. But what are they gonna actually do?
Hopefully not that. Hopefully not that. Kenny Omega and versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania next year.
Oof. Another thing happening this weekend is AJ Styles' son is making his debut in the wrestling ring in Georgia.
Oh, nice.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, and another thing happening this weekend is Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins in a steel cage.
Oh,
so that'll probably main event.
You think so?
Yeah. I think they'll open with Cody in a championship match, and I think it'll end with a steel cage match.
See, I feel like it's the opposite. It's the WWE Championship. How are you going to not end with that?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, they could. Start the show. That's how Cody's always said he doesn't mind starting the show because that means he sets the tempo for the rest of the show. So I could see them starting the show with that. You know?
What if Oba wins? Okay. Oba beats Jay. Brock comes out after Oba wins.
Maybe.
And we get something there. Maybe Oba says, I don't want a title shot at SummerSlam. I want Brock. And you can go with that. And then what if Cody main events and Cody wins and Punk comes out at the end of the main event? Because it's like, how are you going to end this show? You got to do something, man. There's got to be some kind of moment. Or does Oba and Jay main event the show?
I don't know. I think you could have the steel cage end it, and you could literally have some sort of strength of feet where Braun Breaker spears Seth through the cage door. You know?
Yeah. What's next for Braun Breaker? Like, you got to believe this is it for this feud, you know? And then what's next for Braun?
Roman Reigns. You were talking about who goes after Roman. Braun Breaker, because they lost the tag titles. So the Vision versus the Bloodline. Who's Paul Heyman gonna? What is he gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That story kind of.
I like that.
That story kind of writes itself. You know, freaking whatever. Goofy Goober. Who hurt himself? Logan Paul. He'll heal up soon. You know.
He's still humble.
Yeah, I think he stays humble.
Good song.
It's all right.
Still humble.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Yeah, it's all right. But I think they could do that, and then also, yeah, I don't know if Braun, the other Braun, is going to. I don't know what he's going to do. He lost a ton of weight. Have you seen pictures of him? He lost a bunch of weight, and I don't know what he's going to do.
I like your idea, the Vision and the Bloodline, man. I think that's a SummerSlam match. It doesn't have to be one-on-one. You could build that to SummerSlam. Logan's going to be out. You got to believe he's going to be out for a little bit. It's a torn tricep.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If Braun comes back, it's a whole bunch of mixed feelings, you know?
Yeah, Braun Theory and Bronson against Roman and the Usos, and you could have Fatu and Logan Paul at ringside.
Well, you wouldn't have that.
I don't know. You got to believe they're building towards Fatu winning the title from Roman. Is kind of how I look at it.
Eventually, but I feel like you have Fatu in that match, or you have Fatu versus Solo. Like, I feel like there's tension there that they just need to like fight it out. Plus, I'd kind of like to see it. The two like enforcers of the Bloodline going at it.
Well, they had a little angle last year. I think they wrestled in a cage match at SummerSlam last year.
Did they?
Yep.
Okay. Like I said.
Yeah. Fatu beat let's see. Solo beat Fatu for the US title, maybe. I can't quite remember, but
I don't remember.
But yeah.
I do remember something like that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
look,
kids,
it
definitely worked.
Don't get a TBI. It messes up your entire life. So
or an STI.
I don't know what that is, but
I don't either.
I don't know.
I don't either, man.
Mitch is on a roll today. All these jokes, dude.
I'm on fire, you heard? But
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. I like, what's SummerSlam going to shake up to be. I hope things start to heat up this summer. But like I said, talking about King of the Ring, that's what's great is it's not predictable. It could be Oba, it could be Jay. I don't want to see Oba lose. The predictable thing is Brock Lesnar costing the match. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But speaking of King of the Ring, Danny, we are at that point where we are going to talk about and close the show here.
Yes.
Who is the greatest King of the Ring in history and why?
The easiest and probably most well known is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Where Austin 316 was born. That's where Stone Cold jettisoned himself into the greatest of all time. It was right then and there, and he didn't even know. I watched a thing about it, and he didn't even know he came up with that off the top of his head, because he like Michael Hayes or somebody backstage was talking about how Jake the Snake cut a promo about him and was using scriptures. And that's where he came up with the Austin 316.
Yeah.
So I feel like
very well. Yeah. Yep.
How do you? It's still we talked about it earlier. About it's the anniversary. It just happened. So I don't feel like. I feel like that's the best. He's the best King of the Ring. My opinion.
He's definitely probably the greatest that won King of the Ring. when I think about King of the Ring, I'm like, okay, who took that victory and really rolled with it, and that like was a big deal for them going forward, and they embodied being a King of the Ring. And there's two names that I think of, and
Mm-hmm.
number one of those two names, all hail King Booker.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Because the guy took the King of the Ring win and he turned it into an amazing gimmick,
Yeah, absolutely.
and went on to win the world title right after that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And took
absolutely.
that gimmick and ran with it to this day, 20 years later.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard. You know, Austin, of course, I mean, one of the greatest of all time, but I don't remember anybody ever saying it. Hey, it's King Austin. You know what I mean? Like, I
Sure.
don't think they ever called him that. He was never really took. It was like a big win for him, and then he did nothing at SummerSlam, and then he wrestled Bret Hart, and then Bret Hart is what really catapulted Austin to that next level. I don't think the King of the Ring did. I think the promo was huge, but the
Well,
victory,
yeah.
nothing happened. You know what I mean?
That's,
Really.
but I mean, just because you like, I feel like people get over more off of gimmicks than they do off of wrestling matches. Because a lot of people remember moments where this person got over, and a lot of time it's they're cutting a promo. It's something that they do that elevates them to the next level. And that's what I'm saying is the match might not have done anything, but that promo got him the Bret Hart. It got him into, it jettisoned him into where he is today, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
I hear you. Well, another one of my favorites that I think it's got to be up there, and just because I remember like how this was such a big deal and how he kept reminding you that he was the King of the Ring. He was King Kurt, and he had that thing on. He had the deal, the cape. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He made it a big deal. He went into SummerSlam in the main event that year. You know what I mean? He went into that big angle with Stephanie and Triple H right after winning. King Kurt Angle, man, that was a big thing for him in his rookie year to
Yeah.
to win the Euro, to win the IC, and then to win King of the Ring, and then go on again, main event SummerSlam, then beat The Rock for the title. It really was a catapult for him.
Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna talk about the greatest because of accolades, it's got to be Bret Hart. He's the only person who's won it twice. So
Twice, yeah.
So if we're going to talk about if we're going to talk about accolades in King of the Ring that they've done, I mean, how do you do better than winning it more than anybody else in history? You know, it kind of makes it like, that kind of makes him the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, you know, when it comes to King of the Ring, in my opinion, until somebody else beats it.
Owen too, man. Owen had a good run,
Yeah,
a good win, and a
absolutely.
good run with the crown and making it a thing. But
Yeah,
you know,
he used to come
both
down
of
with
those
the to the ring with the what's the awards they used to give out? The Slammies. Yeah, he used to come down and he would be holding that thing, you know, like he won a Grammy, you know, just everywhere. Set it on the announcer's table and just, yeah. Man.
Yeah, there's been, a lot of good King of the Rings, man. You get Brock Lesnar.
Brock
Brock
Lesnar.
Lesnar winning King of the Ring catapulted him to SummerSlam, winning
Yeah.
the title. You know what I mean? It was a big. That's when they finally. It was weird too, because like they finally said in '02, they're like, all right, the winner goes on to SummerSlam. And then King of the Ring was gone after that. Like there was no King of the Ring for a minute.
Yeah.
But that was a big deal, for Brock to get that, to catapult him to SummerSlam. So, and now recently, I don't think it's been that as important as it was back in the day.
Yeah, I actually thought like, so I thought, you do the King of the Ring, you're gonna be moving towards singles. I don't want to say stardom, but like it's pushing you into like main event territory. Like, because King of the Ring, it's just so, there's such an elite class of people who have not only been involved but have won. Like there's a couple of people who you're like, who just kind of, I don't want to say duds, but weren't the greatest. And I genuinely thought because he won King of the Ring, he was going to be heavyweight champion eventually, because he was the only one in the group that hadn't at that point, which was Xavier Woods. I thought because he won that it was his time. Kofi had his, Biggie had his, and then it was like, hey, yo, is Xavier going to win the title now? And it just petered out. And I was like, this is not the like King of the Ring like that I grew up, watching.
Yeah. Yeah, and Gunther, winning it. But a lot of times with these recent winners, it's like they have a lot of the guys that have already been in the main event and they're in the tournament. And it's just not as, I don't know. I just don't feel like it's as important as it was.
Yeah.
Like when Edge won the King of the Ring, that was a big deal for Edge. That took him, out of the tag team basically, and into the, and into starting to get that big push.
So that's what I thought with Big Xavier Woods. That's where I thought it was going.
Yeah, and I wonder when and where the New Day is going to pop up. Speaking of him,
Edge and Christian, New Day versus Edge and Christian. If you could get the Hardys in there too, arguably 3 of the best tag teams in WWE history ever. Final match. That. In a final match. Can't be at Forbidden Door, but
yeah. Well, I definitely, because when you think about the 90 days, from when all these guys were let go, it seems like you're going to get some stuff happening at All In. I would save a lot of these guys coming in after the New Days, and I don't really know who else is at that level. That would be a big deal, but.
Yeah.
But anyways, but ending here with the King of the Ring, you say Austin, which is great. Triple H too was the King of the Ring.
He was. That's correct.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Hunter.
97, the year after. Yeah. He was supposed to win the 96 King of the Ring. And I remember Austin, when I met him, he was like, well, Triple H supposed to win that King of the Ring in 96, and curtain call and this and that. And he basically said that, being at the right time, being ready, and being at at the right time at the right place is how it all worked for him. We had like I said, duds, Billy Gunn, right? Was probably one of the biggest duds. And I love Billy Gunn.
I love me some Billy Gunn too. Still going. Crazy.
Looks amazing.
Yeah. He's in better shape now than I've ever been in my entire life. Even when I was in the Marine Corps, he's in better shape now. He's what, in his 60s?
60. He's got to be like 62 or something.
Yeah. When I was in my peak physical fitness when I was in Iraq and doing nothing but like working out and just being angry, he's still in better shape than I was then. And I did nothing but like just lift weights, eat protein, be physically active,
I just remember when he won King of the Ring and then he went on and wrestled The Rock, and they had the kiss my ass match with the big old fat lady. And
dude, like what's okay? You asked me a question. What's your favorite worst gimmick match? Like the kiss my ass, like that. What's your favorite one that's that style of match?
That I just don't like, that I like, or that I don't like?
What's your favorite one that like of those, that even though it's so absurd and out there, even if you don't like the match, but like what's your favorite one that's like, that's so dumb? You know what I mean? Like,
that's so dumb.
You know what I mean?
Favorite like, that's so dumb match.
Yeah.
No, I hear you.
I can't remember who's in the Libby. Give me just a second. Go ahead and.
There's so much you could go with, the pole stuff, the gravy bowl stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough, man. Just the absurdity of, having,
Yeah.
Judy Bagwell up on a pole and
Dude,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
dude. Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
there's,
My absolutely one that I'm like, this is so dumb was the Viagra on a pole match.
yeah.
With Shane Douglas and Billy Kidman. Big shout outs to Billy Kidman. I love me some Billy Kidman, and I'm so sad he didn't get over in WWE because he got over in WCW without being NWO, which was incredibly difficult. Like, if you weren't NWO, you were bottom of the card. Like, because even NWO took up the middle card. But Billy Kidman and very few select people put themselves in the conversation for stuff, and Billy Kidman was definitely in the conversation.
And it's crazy too because he still got a 5-year run. He got a couple cruiserweight title runs, a tag title run.
Yeah.
What I always thought was funny is how they told him, "No, you can't wear jeans and a tank top. You got to wear tights." And
Yeah.
then here came Jimmy Wang Yang like 2 years
Yeah.
later wearing the jeans and the tank
Yeah.
top.
And when they even told him he couldn't do the shooting star anymore, too. And he's like,
well, he hurt Chavo with it. I remember when he hurt Chavo with it.
yeah, but I mean, this fucking Stone Cold broke his neck. You know what I mean? Undertaker still does a tombstone. He didn't get hurt specifically with the tombstone, but you know what I mean? Like, it's the same style. It's the same style of move. Like lots of people get hurt doing stuff in the ring, Triple H knocked out Kurt Angle with the pedigree on the table.
Yeah.
He still did the pedigree. But I'm just saying it was an accident.
On the table, though.
It was an accident, but it happened. Like, how many shooting star presses did Billy Kidman do and nobody got hurt?
He did the weirdest one too. It was always like everyone else, they do the shooting star. It's like a big deal. They throw their arms up, and Billy Kidman's he's up there, and he'd be like, why not?
It was his gimmick, and it was great, dude. My opinion, best shooting star. It's just incredible. It looked effortlessly. Like, best swanton is Jeff Hardy. He just does it, and it's natural. You see other people do it, you're like, oh, it's not as good as Jeff's, and that's the way I feel about Billy Kidman. Lots of people do it, it's cool, but not as like Billy Kidman just was like, meh, and just did it, and you were like, it looks normal,
And he got Torrie Wilson. That might have been the most impressive thing he did.
I mean, he's not a bad looking dude,
but it's Torrie Wilson. That's impressive that he was able to pull that off. So shout out to Billy Kidman.
He must be very funny. He must be very funny.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Good personality, and
great personality.
Very, like we said, very impressive. And this has been an impressive podcast, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like we talked about a lot of stuff going on. This is going to be a busy weekend of wrestling.
Absolutely.
Danny, I'm going to be back in the ring. I'm be in the ring, Danny, on Saturday. I didn't, I'll tell you what, we were talking about workouts and stuff.
Yeah.
And man, training and getting back in the ring, dude, my arm has been so sore. I had to take some time off of lifting, but I'm back lifting. Been doing a lot of cardio lately. But yeah, just ready, man. Ready for a wrestling heavy weekend. I'll be wrestling a kid named Andrew Pogson. I think this is going to be a big match for him. One of his, I think he's only had 7 or 8 matches. He's been training. He's excited. I'm excited. Danny, I know you're excited.
Yeah.
You got the July, is it July 10th? The charity event?
Yeah, it starts Friday, July 10th. And the way we normally do it is by per donations extends a timer. And I think last time we did 4 days straight of just doing stuff. So
dang.
Yeah. So,
and you will be in a red, white, and blue bikini with nipple tassels, yes?
You'll have to be there to find out. And I didn't have nipple tassels last time. They were pasties. They were red, white, and blue, though, but they were pasties, not tassels.
I think you need some sparklers. You know what I mean?
What do you mean sparklers?
Like you know what I mean? Like those sparklers, like like WCW used to have the sparkling deals come up
Like
when Ric Flair
firework?
would come out. Yeah, just like little sparkling,
Nipple tassels.
yeah, little nipple sparklers.
Inside
What do
my
you think?
house. Like light sparklers, nipple
On
tassels
your nipple
inside my
for
house.
charity. For charity. Yes, you should do that.
Potentially burn my house down for charity. Is that what you're saying? That's what I
No,
should do?
have a fire extinguisher ready, but I just think that would be an amazing sight is you with your nipples on fire. I think that would look good.
Well, I'm glad you're not in charge of the donation incentives. So because my house would be burnt down. Probably.
You know what else I think you should do? I think you should have a hot dog eating contest and see how many hot dogs can you eat
We'll have one
with your
together.
nipples sparkling.
You know what, folks? If you want to see the Mitch Valentine and Danny, aka VOP Gaming, have a hot dog eating contest, let us know. For charity. For charity.
There you go. And you can let me know at Got Mitch Online on Instagram. Of course, here on the YouTube channel, we are youtube.com/@GotMitchOnline, dropping this podcast. Make sure you like it and comment and talk about what you want to see next. Nipples sparkling, hot dogs getting eaten. We'll think about doing it here on the podcast.
Yeah.
But we will be back next time for Wrestling with Purpose. I'm Mitch. Are you Danny?
Yeah, I'm Danny. I think I'm still Danny.
Well, thank you guys very much for listening. Thank you all for your time. Danny, thank you. And it's all love.